some connection issues. I think we're back again. You were talking about how
Okay.
you're full of energy and it's just past midnight your end.
Yes, I'm full of energy. Just past midnight, but a worthy cause to stay up for. Always exciting to jump on with you, Brage.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, so just so that people know, we obviously know, but what is Tana Current?
Yeah, Tana Current is our monthly update, a chance to check in on what the team is currently working on. So yes, we're a bit literal there, Brage, but it's yeah, a nice way to show what the team is working on without having a kind of a too prescriptive roadmap for too far into the future when so much is changing. It's a better kind of way for the team to demonstrate what we are clearly prioritizing at the moment. So yeah, good initiative and something to look forward to every month.
And just so we're clear about the promises that have been made, will there be cake today?
Well, this is your promise, right, Brugger? This is
Yes.
directly from you. So you're the one with the answer on this one, I think.
There's not going to be cake. That was a lie. We just wanted more people to join. So no cake, but a lot of fun stuff anyways. All right.
Yeah, excellent.
Should we talk quickly through what's happening?
Yeah, we've got a lot to cover today. So what are we going to start with?
Yes. So first of all, we have Olaf Sindre joining us to tell us the state of the union. What are we working on? What's happening? Exciting stuff. That's going to be great. It's always fun. And then Ingrid
Excellent.
is going to join us to talk about latest and upcoming releases, some really cool changes to how Tana looks, pretty major changes, which is really fun. And then you and I are going to go through a lot of fun happenings, both from the community and some things we've already done for uh, students and people who learn. So a lot to cover. It's going to be a great session.
Amazing. Yes. And Braga, I'm going to say before we get started and while you
Go
bring
on.
Olaf in, you're looking a little bit green today. You've got like a bit of a matrix theme color scheme. Was that on purpose?
No, that's is that a compliment or do you like what's your relationship with the Matrix?
No, I love The Matrix. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I would have watched it maybe 40 times as a kid growing up. So yeah, very important movie for me.
All
You?
right, amazing. Yeah, no, it's a great film and something segue agents. We're probably going to talk about agents, right? There's something there. We'll
Exactly.
workshop
Yeah.
this. We'll do it
That's
live.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
All right, that's a great actually there's just a comment here we have to address. All right, so the goal for this session, that's the we have it there on screen. We're going to make a double Doppler cancel his or her Notion subscription. And
Easy
they're
as.
taken. Easy.
Yeah. No cake, but get rid of Notion.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Should we bring on the star of the show, Olaf Sindre?
Yep.
All right. Amazing. Olaf Sindre, you know him, you love him. He's going to talk about everything we're doing and give you all the deep dives. Let's bring him on stage. Olaf Sindre, welcome to the
What an
show.
intro. Hello, Neo. Whatever happened to Matt? You look like you just finished your walkabout or something.
I feel it. But
Did
yeah,
you just get up or are you going to bed?
just about to go to bed, but this was kind of a highlight of the day. So probably won't go to bed straight away. I'll kind of take an hour or two to unwind.
All right, let's get this energy going. What can I do for you all?
Well, yeah, as the kind of name suggests, like Tana Current, give us an overview about where we're at and what we're currently thinking about as we move into October and the final quarter of the year.
Yes, I guess I don't want to steal Ingrid's thunder. She's jumping in to talk about the launches, but there's quite a lot of things coming up, right? Um, Yeah, I'm not going to mention that. I really want Ingrid to do her thing. But what we're working on the back end and other things is there's one particular thing I want to highlight, and that is basically agents. Like we've had agents since we launched. I think we've had agents for almost 2 years. They are just too hard to set up, but they're super powerful if you know how to set them up, right? But what we've seen is that when you have agents roaming around your graph, there's one problem, and that is how do you know what they change and what do you let them change? So basically, take the meeting agent. We have the meeting agent roaming around the Tana graph, and you, Matt, and me, and Braga have a meeting, and we have our own agents, and suddenly it's tagging something Taba or Mac with one T, or it's changing something in the graph. And so I think that's the thing. That's what one of the reasons why we held back on publishing these collaborative agents is basically because we need to figure out how we can not create shitty content or change stuff they're not supposed to change. Basically, I think that's a big thing because it's such a huge thing that we've been seeing that yeah, it's something we really really want to push. We don't want to have agents that's just part of a chat that can make you like translate something from Norwegian to Cantonese or from English to German. That's not the magic of having actually agents help you do work, right? That's so I think that's one of the big things we're doing is like, how can we take the next step? We've always had the innovative thoughts, right? We had our super tags, we had our live search. We built our knowledge graph from scratch to actually work with AI. I remember back in 21 when we raced around, when we were like on Sunday Road, and we said like, we're doing AI, and everyone was like, oh, you should do crypto. What are you doing in crypto? Why don't you do tokens? Why can't you do like something blockchain? We were like, no, 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 no. The AI and the knowledge graph will actually solve productivity. And I remember vividly, maybe you remember as well, Matt, when we had our presentation for the Innovation Norway, where we talked about these agents, and that was like way back in 21. And the reason why we're like, just try to take it step by step is because if you really want them to do real work, then there's a lot of stuff that needs to be in place. So I think that's the most important and most exciting thing that we're like, if you squint, you can see the solution and where we're going. Yeah.
Awesome. There was actually a great chat in the community this week about AI commands as a really great use case for AI, like rather than just the standard chat interface, and how Tana differs from the standard chat interface in some ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of shows you're thinking about the chaos of agents across a graph and what damage it can do, or what the pain points is. I guess that's been referred to as work slop recently too.
Yeah.
Is that something you're thinking about?
Yeah, of course. Like I think you have like slop. Remember we talked about like when in the information age, we thought the computer was going to be like a bicycle for our minds, but instead it turned out to be like this hamster wheel where we just live inside of a wheel of what we thought would be productivity is actually just kind of this hustle culture where people should work like 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and there's no sleep, and that's a good thing. It's not like what we need to do is really get back to productivity being a thing where you can do deep work, where you can actually go to bed like with mind like water, where you have the AI and the agents actually working for you. Maybe they work for you while you're sleeping if it's done right. They create content that actually bring you forward, that make like take the company or the team in the right direction, to help you actually make the right decisions. Like agents should be able to have some sort of judgment on what they're doing, right? If not, it's just workshop. It just creates these insanely. I've seen some of the other platforms, not going to name names, but where you're just chatting and you have the stuff on the side, and you're just creating all of this content for the content's sake. Like it's almost like you're after the activity, not the result. And we need to get back, not get back, but we need to get away from that, right? Because what you're doing with your organization, number one, you're building a knowledge graph or a relational database. If you don't, if the platform you're using don't have a knowledge graph of just insanely amounts of content, which will make the system slow down, which will make it hard for the agents to understand what they're supposed to do. And for your colleagues, I actually think that you're putting a lot of the burden on the consumer of the content or the project spec or the PRD, because you feel like, okay, I've used the AI now to write this huge thing because it's so sophisticated and it's so good and it's so and people forget that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, right? So
Yeah.
how can we get there? People forget that. And I remember I had a so I did my master's in rhetorics, and I had a great teacher, and she used to say that she had this quote, which was, "Sorry that I'm writing so long. I don't have time to write short." And right now, what I feel is happening is everybody's getting their AI to write long, sophisticated stuff, and everyone's just pasting that back into their AI and say, "Can you please summarize this for me?" Fuck, we're
Yeah.
destroying teamwork, we're destroying
Yeah.
productivity, and we're tainting the word.
There's
Yeah,
there's that meme of the AIs. Like on one end, you have people using the AI to write long emails, and on the other end, you have people using AI to summarize those emails so they don't have to read it. That's
yeah.
kind of exactly what we're
And,
going through right
and,
now.
and I do think I need to tell our users, just be patient. I know that's hard. I know there's a lot of things we need to do with Tana, but we don't want to look sideways and say, "Oh my God, look at those people have gotten they have chat now. Oh my God, why doesn't Tana have chat?" Well, because the way most platforms that I've seen have created this AI chat, or these what they like to call agents, is actually just rubbish. It's just creating more slop. It's creating more noise in your head, within your team, and in your company. We don't believe in that, and we're gonna, as always, we have a vision, and we really believe in uh, doing the right thing when it comes to simplicity and actually moving the needle when people work.
There's
Yeah,
another question, slightly different angle on AI from Ken Blackman, who I don't know if you made it, Ken, but he was afraid he couldn't make it, so he sent in a question, which is um, question in case that it can't hop on live. I'm curious to hear anything y'all want to share about how your engineers are using AI to help with designing coding Tana and how
yeah,
useful, effective, or not you're finding it to be.
it's incredibly effective. I think we can talk about that in on several layers. I think one of them is the way we utilize Cloud Code to actually do work. We have had to do changes in the code base to actually make it efficient. You still can't let it roam free. You need to go through every PR you need, but it can help you on a lot of stuff, like getting you from it's getting you from 0 to 80 super fast, and then it's like it always has been. Like the real work starts from 80 to 100, right? But I do think that it gets us to um, it helps us test hypothesis faster. So, and we've actually said that every engineer in Tana, you're not just we don't just want like entertain the notion of using cloud code. If you're not using it in your everyday work, or let's not take cloud code as say cursor or whatnot. If you're not utilizing AI to get value to our users faster, then you're not doing your job. Basically, I think using it to build prototypes and get them to testing, super efficient. But also working in the code base on a lot of things, like the bug fixes is actually going much, much faster. Although harder, since we're a huge knowledge graph, our base is quite complex, which gives us the flexibility. Everything's a node, right? So we use a lot of, I guess Cloud Code is our biggest source of coding help, I would say. And then we have the GTM team. You might want to talk about that, but how you
Yeah,
utilize Cursor and Cloud Code and whatnot to actually work. And that's because I think that everyone should use it to
yeah,
some
no, yeah.
extent.
It's super fascinating because like everyone on the team, not just the engineers at Tana, are like every time if you see tools on Twitter or LinkedIn or wherever you browse your AI news of like new things that might be useful for teams, we are probably testing it. Like so many things, both with content production of like how to feed the right context, like even as comparisons to how we do it internally in the Tana tool. Like we're trying out everything. And yeah, some things of using Claude Code, even for like other work than engineering, definitely super interesting.
I also used created a Tana agent that just made tweets and LinkedIn posts from my notes. Like I've done morning and evening reflections for 4 years, I guess 5 years in Tana. And I did that experience for 1 month, and I stopped it because that was so much shit and weird stuff. Like, and it just felt so wrong. Like people commenting on stuff that was like Olaf's thoughts 3 years ago. It's like it's that I had like they just So everything that's on X and LinkedIn and whatnot from now on, no AI was used in
Human
that.
made only.
Human made only. And it actually feels better because it like when you sit back and write and you think and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. And then you like these ideas keep springing, right? But like some of the tweets that agent made was just it was so fucking insane. Oops, sorry. It was really, it was it was.
Yeah, it feels good for the audience too to be on the other side of that. But I think it's something, it says something super important about your mindset for the team, as well as like the importance of just like, you can't sit on the sidelines and wait for it to happen. You got to jump in and explore. So that's a big reference for everyone. Like just being able to just say, screw it, I'm doing it on my personal account, see what happens, and really experiment as a mindset.
Yeah.
Not throw too much shade on your tweets there, Olaf. I feel like I did that.
Well, some of them were mine, and the rest was created out of my mind. So I don't know if that should be scary or not. But yeah.
Awesome. That's also the slowest I reckon I've seen you talk for a long time. You've been, what's the reason? You've been back and forth on a plane a few times lately.
Have I yawned in this interview? Sorry.
No, it's
only when
just
Brage was talking. Only when Brage was talking.
My brain is like turned off for 10 seconds, 2 seconds. No. So I'm just back and forth between SF and Norway, working a lot with the product team. Super important now to be hands-on, to actually be sure we have the velocity we need to deliver our vision to our users. Like we're not even halfway there with what you're seeing in Tana today. It's but it's okay.
And will we?
Tana,
will we have the velocity we need?
Sorry. That is an interesting thing. I think with all of the changes we've done internally with and how we use AI and whatnot, I haven't seen the team have this velocity for like the last 3 years. I think it's just insane to see the velocity we now have.
Awesome. We're excited to see how it plays out and shows up for users as well. And I guess the first iteration of that will be our features about to launch. So perhaps a good time to bring in Ingrid. And
this is great segueing. Like we're on the top of the segue game today. All right, thank you so much.
She's not that tired. She'll be better.
Yeah, no excuses for her.
No, that was great, Olaf. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, great to see you, Olaf. That was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like you
always.
And but we can say it now because he can't stop us. It is the slowest I've heard him talk, either live or like just privately ever. So
understandable. Shows a lot going on and still making time to come in, which is great.
Absolutely. All right, Matt, who's up next in this marathon of appearances?
Yes, well, this is probably a big one for what we're currently working on and the things that are actually about to go out the door. And this is Ingrid, who's going to talk through some of the big releases about to go out. So is she around, Brage?
She is indeed. Hey, Ingrid.
Hey, guys. Everyone. Good. I have 2 small kids, so I don't know if that's a good excuse to be a bit tired as well. But
yes,
no,
definitely.
That qualifies. It definitely qualifies.
Cool. All right,
Great.
let's jump in, Ingrid, and let's talk through the things we're about to release and the things you've been thinking on as well.
Yes, we have several big things that have been in the works for a while, and some of them you probably know about, but there's also some quite, at least one big new thing, so stay tuned for that. First up is offline, which we have said is coming for a while, but now it's actually coming. We're in the final stretch of fixing the bugs that have been reported from testing, and it's getting ready to roll out very, very soon. So there are kind of two bits that I want to highlight, and I know Odin, who has been working on it, has been here before to talk about it, but what will ship is kind of this that I'm presenting. So we've improved the way Tana works when you are temporarily losing network, and this can be driving into a tunnel, which we have a lot of in Norway. It can be kind of your network dropping or something, and usually it comes back, and then we will let you continue working, even in shared workspaces, and then Tana will automatically attempt to reconnect for a short period of time. Then once you reconnect, the changes that you have made will be synced. If you are staying offline longer, you will see a new button here that allows you to go into the kind of full offline mode and work there. Then the ability to work offline is something a lot of people have requested. So this has now been designed so that you can actually work efficiently for longer periods during a flight overseas or in an area without network. So you will see an offer to go into this if you're kind of reloading Tana without a network, and you can then go into the offline mode from there. It will require a reload that will take a little bit of time because we're actually rebuilding the search indexes so that you will be able to use search and also at mentions as normally.
But just to jump in, Ingrid, there, you don't have to, you can do that while you're offline. You don't have to start with the network on, yes, turn offline.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't have to isolate or designate particular pages you want to be offline. You can just...
We have already downloaded the data.
Awesome.
So when you go offline, we kind of just like put you in that mode.
Yeah, great.
And we'll collect all of the changes that you're making so that when you go back online, which you actively need to choose to do, there will also be a reload, and then we will sync all of your changes to make sure that they are digested properly into your graph. In this offline mode, you will not be able to write into shared workspaces. That would be very challenging to handle. But you will have them available for read only. And you can edit in any non-shared workspaces that only you have access to. So you don't have to decide upfront what you want access to. All of the workspaces that you have loaded into your sidebar will then be available. And this is a pretty big difference from some other services as well, where you actively have to decide which kind of documents you want to work on. So very excited about this, and we hope that people will make good use of it as well when we launch it. The next big thing, which is actually the big surprise, is that we are making some changes to Tana Free so that users on Tana Free will now be able to test out AI features with a limited set of AI credits. Together with that, we are also changing our sign-up flows so that new users will now be able to sign up directly to the free plan and doesn't have to start a trial on the paid plans until they are ready to do so. So every month, free users will get a new quota of AI credits, which they can use to test out the core AI features like AI chat, meeting or live transcription, and mobile voice memos. And the reason we're doing this is because we want everyone to be able to test all of the new AI features. Like Olav said, we have a lot of things in the works, and we think this is going to be a very important part of Tana. And we don't want like the big user base that will always be on free to not be part of that. With this, we are also making some changes to the plans and limitations. So there will be a new limit on the number of workspaces that you can create on free, limiting it to creating 3 workspaces in addition to your personal workspace. The Google Calendar sync will be reserved for Plus and Pro customers. Model selection and AI chat will require a paid plan, and creating new command nodes will also require a Plus plan or Pro plan. Publishing templates, which is this is mostly for advanced users, will now only be available in the Pro plan.
So yeah, it sounds like free users are going to get a lot of value out of Tana. But if you go for the Pro plan, we're basically unlocking all the power features so power users can really optimize their workflows and everything.
Yes, exactly. And the paid plans also have a much larger AI credit quota. So if you are using Tana, for example, to transcribing multiple meetings a week, then you should definitely be on one of the paid plans. But we think the free plan can be a really good way for new users to come in, start testing, see what Tana can do, and also try out AI features on real content, and test out new features when they come out. So we are going to hopefully start rolling this out on Monday, and we'll then kind of share more communication on this as we go forward.
Awesome.
Then just a quick recap on a few other smaller things. So we have 2 new importers in the works that will be available inside Tana. Notion is currently in testing, and we're making a few tweaks and polish based on feedback. But this will make it easier for new users or existing users to bring their content over if they're coming from other platforms. And we are doing some work to kind of make it as smooth as possible. We're not going to be able to fully replicate it because Notion have different views. They have different ways of setting up databases and so on. So there will be some manual work in kind of recreating some of the views. And also for databases, they will be converted to Tana tables, but you will have to go through and kind of manually change the field types to what makes sense in Tana. Also tagging things if you're, for example, using options for super tag instead of relational databases and so on. I've already posted about this in the import tools channel in Slack. So if you would like to test it already now, just go in there and then or send me a DM.
Amazing. So soon you can tell all your Notion friends to start using Tana, and they don't have to manually input everything they have in their Notion.
Yes, I think it's actually a great point for using AI as well. If you have started exploring lots of AI workflows in Tana, this will be great to get all of this content in so that you can use it as context for things.
Absolutely.
Just a small update on the meeting note taker. We kind of have ongoing work on that. There have been some issues with especially the way that the connection is dropping. So we're kind of working to improve the resilience and stability of transcriptions and having a better solution where we have a fallback in case of network issues or provider outages. A week ago, we launched a new option to retranscribe from a local audio recording, and this is now available in Tana Labs. So if you're using the meeting note taker and haven't enabled this, I would highly recommend to do so. You'll find that in the user menu, Tana Labs, and then you can enable the flag from here. We are working on how to get this out as a more integrated part of the meeting note taker as well. But this will basically, if you have enabled it, it will automatically record an audio file from the meeting as backup, and you will see these options after the meeting is stopped to retranscribe from recordings, open the recordings, or delete them. And this will also be useful in case you want to change the language that the transcript or summary is outputted in. And there's a retranscribe command as well that lets you select which language you want. And then that brings us over to the final.
Last but not least.
Last but not least, yes. So the team for a long time have been working on a lot of changes actually that are bundled together. And as Olav said, working with Tana is not always easy because there are so many ways content and navigation can be viewed. So this has been kind of challenging to get this far, but we are prepping it now for rollout. It's basically a bundle of several changes with the goal of simplifying navigation and the UI. And there are two parts. Those who have been following us know that Tana has a quite steep learning curve for new users. So we have wanted to make it much easier for new users to see how they can get value from Tana already in the first session. So this design has aimed to kind of make it fewer things for them to understand, less need to manually configure things, more things that come out of the box, and also more familiar navigation based on what they're used to from other services. But I think also for existing users, there are several improvements here. Most notably, a much more powerful sidebar with easy access to nodes that you are actively working on, and also a new navigation view as a building block to build out dashboards. So I'm going to go through, this is still in the works, so we haven't figured out everything. And I'm just going to share some glimpse of what is coming.
Awesome.
So the first thing, like I said, the sidebar is now going to be almost fully customizable, and it's going to have some home apps that are kind of pre-configured search nodes in some cases that you can just add to home with a click. And you see here, we have a new recent view that will show you nodes that you have edited that have recently been edited, and it will automatically sort the newest ones on top and so on. So it's going to be very easy to go back to things that you have worked on. And then there's a smaller version of that showing you directly in the sidebar 3 things that you have recently edited. We have AI chats as an option if you're using that a lot. The super tag page, which has previously been hard-coded, it's now optional as well, and the way to find everything that you have published. So hopefully that can be easier and allow existing users to only have the things they care about in the side menu.
And are these new apps, are they kind of hard-coded, or can you customize them and make them into other things?
Right now they are, or actually that's a good question.
Oh, that was a layup. You can customize them, right?
Okay.
You can customize the searches and make them more like attuned to your specific workflows.
Yeah, I think they are. Most of them are just search nodes, basically. But that means as a new user, you don't have to figure out how to create these search nodes and understand everything around that and use a query editor to get the value of having these in your sidebar from day one. So only the daily note is going to be mandatory. Then we also, in the top here, we have a new global create button, which has a few shortcuts out of the box. So both just a new node, AI chat, a new checklist with kind of predefined progress bar and subtasks, also creating a new super tag. And this has actually been a point of confusion for a lot of new users, like how do I create a tag, where does it live, and so on. So this kind of strips away some of that. And also shortcuts to create new tagged nodes out of the box with, so this is from the starter content, some of the preloaded tags that come with that. Then in the new sidebar, you will be able to create custom sections. So if you're working on a project or have something like your stand-ups or something you always want to have easily available in the sidebar, you can have that. Pinned will be replaced with a kind of just a custom section so that you can manage that however you want or not have it. And you can still drag any item or any node into the sidebar and place it where you want it and drag and drop up and down. Also, a very new cool thing is we have these small progress indicators So if you have added a node with a progress bar to your sidebar, you'll see this small progress bar updating. So quite useful if you want to keep track of a project or something. Here you can see an example of this recently edited, which will show you direct access to the nodes in there.
And just like to dig a bit deeper, that recently edited section, like that section is a search node, right?
Yes, I think it's basically just a version of the bigger recents, but just listing the 3 last. I think we also have a new command coming out with that, where you can actually set the limit for a search nodes to only show like 3 results or 5 results or 10.
Yeah.
So there will be more info on that as well.
Yeah, easier to customize things so they live comfortably in the sidebar. Yeah, I have to say, I've been playing around with this myself, setting up like these custom little widgets in the sidebar for things I'm working on. It's super powerful. It's really great to have those and can customize them completely. Feels very Tana.
Nice. And then those who have been here for a while will remember the user menu was down here, and it's now moving back there, along with a button to create new things in your sidebar, manage the home apps, and also a shortcut to templates, which we have seen that new users really appreciate, and it helps them understand what is possible to do with Tana.
Awesome.
One of the coolest things that I think existing users will also love is new navigation view called List. So basically, we have 2 types of views in Tana. One is changing how the content beneath a node appears. So for example, as a table, as cards, and so on. And the other one is navigation views that are more designed to create dashboards that are easy to navigate. And this is in that category. So this new view has a panel that allows you to quickly just click nodes to see the full content of it in here. So it allows really easy browsing and clicking from node to node to quickly get an overview or find what you want.
And what I can see from the view that you have right there is that here, the sidebar, which you couldn't do before, is completely collapsed. So in this view, like this is a separate app that you can set up and work in like a dedicated app view for this type of object that you're working on, which is, really pleasant.
Exactly. And I had even a slide on that.
Oh, sorry.
This is one of my favorite things, actually. Some users have requested more of a focus mode in Tana, and I think that's a step closer to this, but it really feels like a much more clean canvas when you have the sidebar fully collapsed up here. Another thing with this new navigation view is that we are introducing the ability to kind of pin fields to have them easily accessible here. So that you can simply click this to filter and find all the meetings that I have with Brage or another attendee or from a certain date. And we think this is much easier than having to go into all the menus and so on. We are renaming the current list view to be called Outline. This will probably be a point of confusion, so bear with us, but we think it over time makes more sense. Then we covered that, and this also has implications for mobile. So we are changing the Browse tab to be home, and it's going to be exactly like your sidebar on desktop. And this also means that all of the sidebar items can now be selected as destinations when you're capturing a voice memo, for example, or from the capture tab. Right now, we only have today and inbox as predefined captures along with pinned nodes, I think. So this should allow for much quicker navigation, and you can also long press any item here to capture directly into it. This will require a little bit of kind of rejigging for existing users, so that's what we're still working on this. But there will be kind of an activation process to migrate over to get all of the new UI. And that's also why it's taken a bit of time, because it's many changes together, not just single things that we can activate. So we estimate to start this rollout maybe in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And we will definitely share more info upfront so that you know what the exact changes will be. But it should be possible to, like, all of your data will be there, and you can view it as before. So it's more how you navigate around Tana overall that is changing.
Yeah. And just to be clear, like, all the power that you're used to in Tana is still there. It's like everything still works the way you're used to. It just has like a less steep learning curve, easier to get into for new users, and I think for existing users as well.
Yes, and we've really tried to focus on not letting the UI and configuring the UI getting in the way of what users want to do, which is taking notes, transcribing meetings, managing their tasks. So hopefully this will kind of make that a lot easier to get into.
Amazing.
Just quickly, for existing users, do you think there will be some kind of like transition period? Will it take some experimentation, or what's your expectations there in terms of, like, we've got a passionate base of users who have used Tana for a long time in its current way. What's your advice for those people who are seeing these types of changes too?
Yeah, I think there will definitely be things that we haven't thought about.
Yeah.
It usually is when we're launching something. So we try to kind of work through as much as we can in advance. But as always, when we're launching things, we will also be receptive to feedback and try to make adjustments after the launch so that we support the main things that people need to do in Tana.
Yeah, awesome. Fantastic. Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Ingrid. That was a very detailed overview and really clear about some of the coming changes, and really exciting with some of the big ones that the team have announced, like offline, which has been a big project. I can see Udin in the chat replying to people too. So very awesome to see, and yeah, excited to get them out. You're going to be announcing these in the community as well as directly in-app to users as well, right?
Yeah.
All right, just have to ask you, of the announcements that we have, the launches coming up, which one are you most excited about?
Well, I'm kind of a product-led growth geek, so I'm very excited about the free with AI credits. I really think there is a lot of power in having a solid free version. And we all want to see more Tana users. So I think that in combination with the changes will hopefully lead to a lot more people understanding the power of Tana. And then once we then can start taking in more cool AI features in the future, I think that's a good recipe.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, Ingrid, for coming in, and thanks for the update. And yeah, exciting to see these the response to all these big ideas.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, Ingrid.
Okay. Bye.
Matt, I have to ask. You have a change of scenery. What's happened? Is this like shot 2, location 2?
No, my big camera malfunction during Ingrid's talk then. So my camera was officially dead, I think. So something's going wrong with it. And thankfully I had a backup camera kind of or ready to go just in case. So yes, not quite the same view, but same person talking.
Fair enough. That's the most
close enough.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, I didn't have the Matrix theme set already, Brage, but yeah, it'll have to do.
It'll have to do for now.
Yeah.
All right. So what's next, Matt?
Right. Okay. Let's talk about a few ideas that have been happening in the community, as well as more generally what we've been up to in the community. So both big ideas. So if you don't mind, I'll just share my screen, Brage, and we can talk through some of the things that have been happening. So the first thing probably is one of the big ones for students. So do you want to give us a quick overview about what you and others have been up to with students?
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll get back to the student-specific events that we're doing. So I'm just going to mention them briefly. There are student-specific events, which is really cool, talking about how you can use Tana for studying. But like, long story short, Tana is amazing for learning. It's like the way you can link knowledge together is pretty much like the perfect setup for managing learning. And we decided this August that we were going to do like a big thing for students. So in addition to having a big discount, I think it's 50% discount for students like to join Tana, which is amazing. Makes it easier for students to afford like a piece of software. Obviously, that's a concern. But in addition to that, Theo, our Theo, has built some really, really cool templates for students that let them do specific things like super well. You have I don't know if you have a screenshot up there for it, but you have the student hub. Yeah. First, the study schedule made by Maddie from Koi, from Cajun Koi, like pretty much the top of the line YouTubers for learning and talking about learning. I basically made a Tana template for managing like studies, managing connected learning and compounding learning. It's really cool. And then Theo's built like a student hub, which is with a video to teach you how to use it, like a major like overview of all your lectures, your courses, how they all link together with like a record option, so you can automatically summarize lectures and add them in. Super cool. And even more important, in my opinion, there's a networking template, so you can track all the people that host great parties. Or whatever is most interesting to students. That was the most interesting thing for me, at least,
parties.
back in my
the party tracker.
Back in my Rose Bruford College for the Performing Arts degree in the old days in London, merry old London.
Right.
Wish I had that here
Wow.
then. Yeah, so really cool stuff. And you can find all of these if you go to your SuperTag page. You can find a link to the templates. There are a lot more templates than just these student ones. But yeah, they're super cool apps. Amazing to use for studying. I actually use the Student Hub one. I've done it for some learning outside of like school, just for like personal learning. And it's really, really powerful. And a fun way for me personally, kind of learning a different use of Tana that I normally use it for projects, for content work, etc. It's great to see like the other use cases that you can like put Tana to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a bit jealous of students today in terms of the tools they have available to them in terms of studying and so forth.
Back in my day,
sitting in the library with an actual
back in
book.
my day, yeah, exactly. We didn't have no fancy Tana AI with lecture recording and automatic summary. We had pencils and rocks. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Yeah. So they're all available at tana.inc/students. So them if you'd like to explore them, as well as in the template store as well. So yeah, great. You, Theo, Aurora particularly as well, who's been really driving this. And something exciting coming up for them as well. Yeah, we've had a big turn on the amount of stuff we're doing in terms of events lately. So it's been a real focus for us in the community team, as well as in the community more generally. And you can really see some of the stuff that's actually flowing through. So just this month, we're starting to see a lot of activity in terms of particular events with some incredible signups. I think for one or two of these sessions, we had over 600 people sign up, which was fantastic. So really good interest, and let's just talk through them. The first one I want to kind of talk about is some of the stuff that's actually happening in the community. And Simon and Nick particularly have been on a tear as always, and they're probably one of our, or two of our most advanced Tana users, and they're really doing some cool things, pushing Tana in new ways, as well as finding use cases for people. So Simon and Nick have just announced that they're doing a focus on the day page and how to build up an effective day page for particular uses that you need, searches to show things at certain times. Simon's really got some cool workflows on that. And Nick's also released a video, which I'll talk about soon. Ev also talked about the fact that she had a chief of staff workshop, and she said she had over 35 or 40 signups for this already. So really cool to see. Clearly the idea of having an AI agent work on your behalf and know all your knowledge with really designated work for specific things seems to really resonate with people as well. So that's nice to see. So awesome work from Ev there as well. And these are probably the big ones from us. And I might hand over to you to talk these through. So you're about to jump on a plane in a few days' time for these.
Yeah, so bear in mind, the second one is the one that I'm personally involved with. But for Friday, the upcoming Friday, we have a Tana Cafe at UC Berkeley, which is going to be amazing. And all the details will be, where can they find the details and get access to this?
Yeah, it's on the Community Inc. page. So Tana Inc. community, we've got the Luma event, or you could go to our Luma directly as well. as well as students page. Yes.
Yeah, definitely sign it there. And then also next week, jet lagged and miserable. No, happy and ecstatic. We're going to be hosting a Tana cafe takeover during a Dreamforce, the conference next week for Salesforce, where we give out free coffee and we talk Tana all day from Tuesday through Thursday, with the actual cafe takeover being on Thursday. That's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to be me, Aurora, Theo, Olaf Sindre. It's going to be a cracking, great team. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're in the area, definitely stop by. Come and say hi, talk to us about Tana, give Olaf Sindre feature requests. It's going to be great.
Yeah, amazing. And can you explain to me what this means, the hygge, not hustle?
If you don't know it, man, I can't explain it. If you don't know what hygge means, I can't explain it to you.
Right.
And yeah, I thought Alternarians did know what hygge means, but is it too late in the evening? Like, is that the reason?
No, I think I know it.
Hygge, not hustle. Hygge, not
I
hustle.
think it means like heavy metal, right? Heavy metal music.
Yeah, no, you're completely way off, and definitely come ask us about that when you join us at Dreamforce next week.
Excellent, and great work to Herman too. He's been working on the Tana Cafe at Berkeley with Aurora.
Yeah.
So yeah, the idea is to show up, explore Tana together, as well as just have a chat with whoever's there. I think there's some giveaways too. So yeah, really excited to see. Great initiative, and this has been an idea that the team have had for a long time. So to see them out in the world, and yeah, Dreamforce. Have you ever been to Dreamforce, Brage?
No, never been.
No.
I think there's I think there's a lot of great things, probably a lot of great learnings, but also I'm kind of feeling I feel like the conference world can be a bit like I don't know, drab. It's a bit of a like hassle. You're traveling, you have to kind of like get through all these talks. It's a lot of people, but instead, you just stop by the Tana Cafe for some hygge. Don't hustle. Just come for the hygge. Come for the coffee. Stay for the hygge. Right?
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, hopefully the Google Trends, that word is on the up already, so let's see what happens. But yeah, very, very cool to see, and yeah, I think it'd be a great event for those that are in San Francisco.
Someone is definitely using the Tana meeting agent for this, like the Tana current that we're doing right now, and it's getting very confused about hygge. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Cool. All right, let's keep moving. So we've also had a new series in the community called the Live Build Sessions, and Mark Midlick has been really instrumental with that too. Mark's part of the team in the community team and a very deep builder of Tana as well, and can really explore. And we give him some constraints. We say, well, let's have a live session on a particular theme. You've got 60 minutes to explore the theme and build something. Also really smashing these out of the park. So
yeah, amazing.
These are really great sessions to watch. You can see his workflows and how he thinks about building in Tana as he does, and then also see the progression. What we also love about them is we do them live. So you get to see him when he hits roadblocks or issues. He kind of has to go through them. So really a representative of what it's like to build in Tana. And also you get to see him at full throttle. When he's kind of in flight and moving around, he can move fast and really build some stuff that's really impressive. And this one, we had one yesterday night, which was on a conference builder. He's at the Network State Conference and went there, recorded all the talks, and last night built a session around extracting value from those talks and so forth. So yes, awesome to see from Mark. These are all available on YouTube as well, and we're continuing to do that. Yes, sorry, that kind of like a tiara. Yeah, it's my Sarah. It's not the normal one I use, but had to make do for the, for the occasion. Yeah, cool. And we pick a theme on these each fortnight. We explore the work that can be done on them, and then give Mark a kind of opportunity to really go for it. So yeah, please look out for the announcements. We'll have one in 2 weeks' time. And if you've got some themes you want us to explore, please let us know as well. And yeah, please watch them on YouTube if you'd like to catch up on them.
Yeah, we do summary videos on YouTube as well. So you basically, if you can't make the full build session, we do like summarized videos that take you through the highlights and send you directly to the resources you can get to kind of get similar setups. So you have that as well.
Excellent. Yeah, and the purpose of those sessions is really to show what Tana can do and really help people explore live. A new session we're doing, different purpose, is Tana Learn Live, which is exploring key features of Tana and giving you an in-depth overview of them. These are with Theo every few weeks on a specific type of feature and really deep dive on it, like how to work, how to use it, what are the mechanics, how to think about it, and some of the mental models, as well as some of the tips and tricks. Those maybe aren't necessarily front of mind in our documentation, but can be ways to make it easier or how to think through what to do. So really cool. We did our first one last week and we'll continue to do these. And again, we're going to move through all the features as we go, and started with the outliner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got the double doubler. All right. Okay. Welcome back to the Tanarium Pack. We're so happy to have you. Just ping us anywhere on X or in the community on LinkedIn if you have any questions. Welcome back to the flock, my friend.
Yeah, amazing. Well, it took so long.
Where have you been?
Yes. Okay. And the final thing, want to announce a new session that we're doing too. So we're kind of covering, you know, the deep dive experience with Mark. We've got the feature overview with Theo's, and now we're doing sessions for beginners. So we'll have a weekly drop next Monday with the first one. And this one's going to be run by Ev, one of our ambassadors. So we're going to do these every week, a 60-minute session. Just drop in, ask some questions, and Ev might show off some stuff in a basic way. If you just want to get a sense of what Tana can do, it's an easy way to connect with the community and see what the community is all about as well. So yeah, very excited about the trio of these, and we've got a few other ideas as well, and we're continuing to push on this. The response has been incredible. Thanks to everyone who has been registering and attending, and yeah, more the merrier. So please look out for the announcements as they come through. Cool. Finally, Brage, we're kind of doing well on time, and I just wanted to shout out to a few things that were interesting in the community over the last few weeks too. If you don't mind me doing this.
I don't mind you at all. Like we're 1 minute out from the perfect amount of time, so just go fast, man. Go machine gun through these.
All right. Well, these were just interesting things that I spotted in the community and loved it. So Rachel put up a new video on YouTube about tracking in Tana. So yes, important use case all for the CRM.
Use case for everyone.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And obviously the T is for Tana, as the logo suggests. So
yeah, that's what the logo means. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Alan Hudson, who used Tana Publish for doing his quarterly review. So published awesome document about the things that he's been doing over the last quarter. So that was really nice to read, and nice use case for Publish. And
just
one of the first I've seen in the
want to mention something that kind of goes back to Ingrid is talking about new navigation. Is that Publish with some of the new navigation looks is really, really cool. It makes it look like super sweet if you're building like Publish. We'll show more of this when we get closer to publishing. Releasing Publish and new navigation. Yeah.
Brage, you gave me a minute and then you've taken the last 20 seconds. All right, let me keep going quickly. John Wilkinson here, who's been awesome in the community. He put out a very interesting workflow about consolidation and aggregation. So it made me think of James March's stuff, exploration and exploitation. So exploring new ideas and then bringing them back in and consolidating them, as he says. And it was really awesome to see, really thoughtful, using AI to explore, generate a lot of ideas, and then also to consolidate. So very cool. He's got a great YouTube video, which is worth watching as well. Awesome. Nick, just wanted to give it another quick shout out. He put another showing behind the template he built some really cool templates. Probably the GigaBrain is the biggest and most impressive in terms of detail, and he's put out a video about how he made that. So we to kind of see one of our most deepest builders explore what's happening and how he's built that template. Just also wanted just a quick shout out to all the activity in Slack. Slack, our main reference point for the community, but clearly with events, that's been a powerful thing on neuro development for us, and we'll continue to push on that. And also shout out to AI Helper, which is developing a bit of steam as well in terms of helping people as they use Tana. We had 3,210 people use this with different traces this month, so past 30 days. So that's kind of showing.
Could you just briefly talk a bit about what that is, the AI Helper?
Yeah. It's I won't be able to show it here because I've got release mode on, but essentially is you can go to the help icon and it will display the docs, and then in the search bar of the docs you can type in your question and it will use AI to search the docs for you and bring back the most relevant information. So it's pretty much just chat with the docs, and our docs are big and cover a lot of stuff, so it's a really nice way to navigate quickly and get an answer for your questions. And then obviously supplement that with the community stuff where you get some really detailed answers or thoughtful answers from people who are, more advanced in terms of what Tana can do, or exploring as well the same ideas.
Awesome.
Cool. I think that was over a minute, Brage.
No, that's perfect. Well, it was over a minute, but I think this is really, we landed pretty much spot on.
Awesome.
There's a couple more questions in the chat. BGK asks about a specific view for new navigation. Not going to be included, I think, in the first round.
Glenn has been on this tiles one for a while now. I think he's brought it up in maybe the last 4 or 5 live events. He's a tiles man. I can tell, but I don't think it's going to be.
Yeah. For reasons. There are reasons. We're not just trying to be cruel to you, but there are reasons. Well, we don't think it's going to be included in this first one. Woo says logseek. I think you're in the wrong YouTube video.
We'll take that.
I don't know what that is. Logseek, never heard of it. All right, see. And timeline view. I mean, we have the calendar view. I haven't actually played with the timeline view from Notion, but we have we're experimenting with different ways of viewing the data, but nothing in the roadmap right now of new ways that we will release on that, at least per current plans.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Any other questions in here? Does the Dreamforce event mean we will be able to use Salesforce data? Not automatically, no, but I have used Salesforce data in my Tana. Anything else here? Yes, new navigation will be available on mobile. Yeah, we've covered everything. Great. All right, Matt. How do we normally end these? What should we do?
There's only one way. There's only one way, isn't there?
Should we just say bye?
Yes, let's do that.